Welcome back to my channel. I'm James. Today we're going to be doing my top 10 favorite 4K Ultra HD releases so far this year. Now this is about the middle of the year, so I figured this was a good time to update on my top 10 favorites that I've had that have come out this year so far in 2023. And there is a lot of exciting 4K Ultra HD releases we've gotten this year, and I think some of these in my list will surprise you, though I do want to touch on one thing here. If you're not okay with someone else's thoughts and opinions on films and movies, then this video is probably not for you. I have had times in the past where it seems like people don't understand that each person has different things they enjoy out of films, and that's always perfectly okay. I've told all of you on this YouTube channel many times over the years, if you enjoy a film that I don't, that's perfectly fine. I'm not gonna give you a hard time about that, because each one of us have memories or thoughts or feelings behind the films that we watch and the films that we love. And that's perfectly fine, because sometimes we can be influenced by situations going on in our lives at that time, or things we enjoy about it with memories or nostalgia. And that's what makes collecting, owning, and watching films so much fun, and is why no matter how long I do this, I always find new things to enjoy out of films, cinematography, music, acting, and stories. And this is to celebrate some of those top 10 4K Ultra HD releases that we've gotten this year. Now, I've done all of the work for all of you and posted the links for every single one of these in the description section and as a pinned comment in the comment section below. So if you haven't picked up or bought any of these and you're wanting to get any of them, I've linked them all right down there below for you. Those links down there never cost you a penny extra. They do help to support the creation of videos just like this in this YouTube channel, though, just a tiny bit. So make sure if you're gonna buy any of these or you wanna add any of these to your collection, make sure to go down to the description section or the pinned comment in the comment section below. That's where all of the direct Amazon sale links are. First, I wanna start off with an honorable mention. This one I really wanted to put in the top 10, but it just irked out by a couple other great releases. But I wanted to throw in this honorable mention because this is one I've reviewed, tested, and analyzed in my Great Unknown and Hidden and Rare 4K Ultra HD Releases video series. If you have not checked out that video series before, you're gonna wanna go check out that video series after you get done watching this video, because this is one of those films with a wonderful story, great acting, and an absolutely amazing looking native 4K 2160p transfer on this 4K Ultra HD release. I can tell you this is a limited edition set, and I talked about it in that Great Unknown and Hidden video series. That's a series you never want to miss out on. I review tons of these limited edition, unknown 4K Ultra HD releases of great films around the world. This is the only 4K release of this, and this is an absolutely wonderful 4K Ultra HD release. It has some pretty darn cool audio subtitle options that I talk about in that video. This is one that just didn't make it barely into my top 10 so far this year, but you'll want to check out this release, check out that video, that way you know the quality of this. But now getting into my top 10 countdown, coming in at number 10 is the Super Mario Bros. Power Up Edition, the movie, on 4K Ultra HD. And I didn't get to review this when it first came out, but I really wanted to, because this is a beautiful Dolby Vision HDR10 transfer that really has some nice details in it. It's an animated film, but it has a lot of nostalgia for me because I grew up playing the NES and the Super NES and so on and so forth. So Mario has always had a really cool history for me. I loved all of the nods in this film. There's a lot of just things that throw back to video game history. And if you haven't checked out this film yet, this 4K is the way to watch it. And I can tell you this has a very impressive and strong Dolby Atmos audio mix. So if you've got a nice Dolby Atmos home setup, if you want to check out my video where I reviewed some of those Dolby Atmos home setups and how to get a really nice one for yourself, I've done that here on my YouTube channel as well. But this has a very impressive Dolby Atmos mix and looks really good. So this one earned the number 10 spot on my countdown here. Coming in at number 9 is the 1992 personal favorite of mine, Sidekicks. Now, this got a brand new 4K restoration by Vinegar Syndrome way earlier this year. And it was another one that I really wanted to review and dive into, but I never got my copy till months after the release date, and I was so bogged down with other reviews, I didn't get to touch on this one. But I really enjoyed this release. Now, this is one of the slipcovers that came on it, and I really loved all of the work that was done on this release. It has a very impressive 4K restoration, and Sidekicks was one of those guilty pleasure films from the 90s that I rented hundreds of times on VHS. I really loved all the harkening back to like Chuck Norris's career and all the different like flashbacks and dream sequences. And I really thought Jonathan Brandis was great in this. And it's one of those films that I said I watched so many times that the nostalgia is the factor that kicked in on this. It looks great as a native 4K 2160p transfer on this 4K, and it has excellent HDR10 implementation. So this earned the number 9 spot on my countdown here and is highly recommended. All of these are as must-buys. If you have not bought any of these releases in my countdown here, you'll want to go down to those links I posted in the description section or as a pinned comment. Click through those to order some of these because some of these are absolutely amazing releases this year that you must buy and do not want to miss out on any of these. Coming in at number 8 is the 1998 slick action thriller Ronin. Now, I did just recently do my exclusive 4K versus the Arrow Video Blu Ray release image comparisons. If you haven't checked out that video yet, you need to go check out that review. I dived into the difference between the Arrow Video restoration and this brand new Kino Lorber 4K, and I can tell you this is one of my favorite releases of the year. I absolutely love Ronin as a film. It was during the end of the era of practical effects in action films, and this was actually one of the final action movies that was 100% done with practical effects. And if you've seen this film, the practical effects in this are really shocking to think of that it wasn't done with computer imagery. They literally blew up hundreds and hundreds of cars in this film. And it is really cool to know that when watching it, that it's not all CGI. And I think that lends to why this film holds a special place in my heart. But this 4K release is a superb looking and sounding 4K Ultra HD release that is a must buy that you don't want to miss out on owning, because this is one of those films I've watched so many times in my lifetime. Like I said, a lot of these I've rented numerous times. This one I've owned on every iteration on home video, and I've watched this thing dozens and dozens of times, and it is just a fun action adventure. Every time you watch it, this film gets better. Now, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to go down and give this video a like and a thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. Just like with this exclusive video, you never want to miss out on any of this exclusive content that I create only here on my YouTube channel. So make sure to go down there, give this video a like and a thumbs up for me, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. Coming in at number 7 is Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the brand new 4K Ultra HD release. This got a native 4K release with Dolby Vision, and I reviewed it here on this YouTube channel with my exclusive 4K versus Blu-ray image comparisons. This was one that was sent to me by Paramount Studios for review and CBS Home Entertainment. This one was a great 4K Ultra HD release. I had the previous Blu-ray release that they sent me for review way in advance, and then I compared it to the 4K Ultra HD release, and I can tell you this is one of those reference quality images that is absolutely phenomenal looking. You don't want to miss out on this 4K Ultra HD release. Make sure to go check out my full review and analysis if you want to know more about the specs and the data. This is one of those that really blew me away and surprised me how good this looked. And I'm very excited for them to release the rest of this series, season 2 now that's coming out on 4K Ultra HD next, because this is one of those must-buys, and it's a TV series, so the value for the price of this is so great. It lended to this even being more exciting because you get a whole TV series instead of just one film, and I absolutely love Star Trek, as most of you know that have followed me here on my YouTube channel. So this one comes in at number 7. This was a phenomenal release. Coming in at number 6 is Dawn of the Dead from 2004. Now this is directed by Zack Snyder and written by James Gunn, which if you know anything about him, now in charge of DC, some big names in filmmaking there. Now this was a surprise 4K release we got from Scream and Shout Factory. The reason I say surprise, as I've talked about a lot in recent videos. Now, Scream and Shout Factory have been doing a lot of really just kind of crappy things with their recent 4K releases. They're not giving us the unrated or extended cuts on 4K with restorations, and this was one of the last ones they released where they released it with the unrated extended cut on 4K Ultra HD. A lot of their more modern horror ones, they're only releasing the theatrical cuts, which are the worst cuts of some of those films, and I've talked about it a lot recently. But when I reviewed this, if you haven't checked out my previous review video, I did my exclusive 4K versus Blu-ray image comparisons in that. You'll want to go check out that review video for my full analysis. But on this release, We got the unrated extended cut, which is the far better cut of this film. It's my preferred version of this film, with a 4K scan on 4K Ultra HD as a native 4K with Dolby Vision and HDR10. And this was one of the last ones they did where they released that. And what's interesting about this release and why it earned such a high ranking on here, it looks great, but what they did that was unique on this, they took the new 4K scan that they did with only a few scenes that were basically 2K digital intermediate scenes, interspliced them all together seamlessly. It looks really good and was a really good job by Shout and Scream Factory of a film that I absolutely love as a zombie film. It's one of my all-time favorite zombie films. There's so many things that are kind of black humor in this, kind of harkening back to things we live in society and how if society collapsed, what it would really be like. Love all the references in this. I love the original one as well, but this one I've always really enjoyed is the remake. And this 4K Ultra HD release was an amazing release by Shout and Scream Factory. I wish they would have done more of these types of things with a lot of their recent releases, like Nightbreed that I've talked about. They're really dropping the ball, region locking their 4Ks, as I've talked about and exclusively tested here on my YouTube channel. Numerous of their 4Ks now are region locked, and that's something they've been doing a lot recently, which is against the rules in the first place, but this was a great release. They didn't region lock it, and they did the work to intersplice a few of those 2K scenes into the 4K scan that they did seamlessly, so that way we got the full unrated and extended version on 4K Ultra HD. They stopped doing that recently, and now they're doing a lot of these, just kind of feels like cash grabs. Throw the theatrical cut out there, don't do any extra work. This one, they did a lot of extra work to release this in the ultimate way to watch this film on 4K Ultra HD. And this one easily earned its spot on my list at number 6 as a must-buy. If you're wanting to buy any of these, as I said, I've put those links directly in the description section and as a pinned comment in the comment section below. Now, for number 5, I'm going to cheat a little bit here because these all kind of fell in the same category for me. So these ones are all coming in at number 5. We have Air Force One, the brand new 4K release that they released by Sony, and Sony's other 4K releases this year of catalog titles. And I'll explain to you why these all come in as kind of one number altogether. Sony's re-releasing previous 4K releases that I've reviewed here previously on my YouTube channel. If you haven't checked out that video, you can go check that out after you get done watching this one. But what's unique about these is they're coming with much higher and more stable bit rates, which lend to the transfer looking better, as well as adding Dolby Vision. They're making these films look even better on 4K Ultra HD than they previously did on their 4K releases. These are must-own, must-buys that I was surprised were worthwhile upgrades over the previous releases because I owned them previously on 4K, and I wasn't sure if they were worth buying all of these again, but I love each and every one of these films, Air Force One, The Mask of Zorro, and Cliffhanger. And these are the way to watch them, even if you own those previous 4K releases. If you want to know all the testing data, watch my previous review and analysis on these because I talk about why these are so unique and talk about all the data on these and what makes these worthwhile buying. But these are number 5, and I absolutely love these releases, how they're doing them in limited edition steelbooks. I love all of these steelbooks that Sony is doing. These 3 come in at number 5 as native 4K 2160p transfers with Dolby Vision that are absolutely amazing must-buy releases. You don't want to miss out on these or sleep on these because these are limited edition releases. Once Sony sells out of these, they do not ever print these again. So keep that in mind. If you like these films, make sure to order these as soon as possible so you're not a year later, 2 years later saying, man, I wish I could still get those because those were amazing. Right now they're available, so don't wait long. Coming in at number 4 is Star Trek The Next Generation, the 4-movie motion picture collection. Now, if you haven't checked out that review video, you're going to want to go check out that one as well. I dived into each and every one of the films on this and talked about why this is such an amazing release. They did a brand new color grading for this and actually fixed numerous of the things with this new 4K restoration while releasing them in a native 4K with Dolby Vision and HDR10 transfers that are absolutely stunning. And when I say stunning, the changes of what they did to make this look the original way it did theaters versus the original Blu-ray releases that I talk about in my exclusive review video are absolutely incredible to see side by side. If you have not checked out that review video just to see the differences of what Paramount did with this restoration, with the brand new color grading and how amazing they made these look on 4K, that video alone will surprise you at the amount of work that Paramount did on these And these are absolutely stunning upgrades that are must-buys that you need to get. This comes in at number 4. I love Star Trek, but these got the restoration they finally deserved, and this is the ultimate way to view every single one of these films. And I cannot recommend this enough. This comes beyond highly recommended as incredible 4K Ultra HD releases that you do not want to miss out on owning. Coming in at number 3 is Disney's 1950 classic Cinderella. This is their original animated film, and I can tell you, this is one of the absolute best 4K restorations that Disney has done in a decade. And I say it is absolutely stunning reference quality 4K Ultra HD release. If you have not checked out my previous review video, I did that exclusively here on this YouTube channel with an exclusive 4K versus Blu-ray image comparisons. You'll want to go check out that review now. It is coming out as a wide US release, no longer locked behind the Disney Movie Club, here in about a month and a half. Now, I'll put that link directly down below if you want to pre-order it. That review video you're going to want to check out though. This is an absolutely stunning reference quality release that I cannot highly recommend enough. Disney did an amazing job with this. It is their best, and I am not kidding when I say best restoration they've done in over a decade. This is a must-buy, must-own 4K Ultra HD release. Again, this is one of those that'll shock you when you see how good this looks over the previous Blu-ray release, because sitting down and seeing it on your home cinema, it is just really eye-opening when you see what Disney can do if they put their money and time into a good restoration. They can do an amazing job if they want to on a 4K Ultra HD release, and this is prime example of it. You don't want to miss out on this one either. This is a must-buy. Now, if all of these videos here on my YouTube channel help you out and you enjoy them, make sure to join my Collectors VIP Club. It's very important to the continued creation of videos like this, all of my exclusive 4K versus Blu-ray image comparisons. The only way I can always continue to create videos just like these is through you, my viewers and subscribers' support. So if these videos have helped you out and you enjoy them at all, make sure to join my Collectors VIP Club. It only costs you a couple of bucks. You can find that probably in the seat of your car every month. And that makes a drastic difference in the continued success of this channel and me being able to continue creating all these videos. So make sure if you enjoy this, join my Collectors VIP Club. I want to say thank you to all of my current VIP Club members. Every single one of you truly do help out, and even though my budget's extremely tight on every single one of these videos, I still really appreciate every single one of you that gives every single bit of support. Thank you. Coming in at number 2 is All Quiet on the Western Front. If you haven't checked out my advanced review that I did here on my YouTube channel, you want to go check that out. I have the native images pulled from this 4K release. This is a stunning reference quality, visual and audio quality 4K Ultra HD release. I love the film. The cinematography in this is absolutely beautiful. It lends beautifully to this 4K Ultra HD release and is presented in such a stunning reference quality 4K Ultra HD release that this is one of those must-buys you really gotta see for yourself. The Dolby Atmos mix on this was reference quality as well. It moved things around so great, and it is a war film, so you hear so many things like shots overhead, bombs, planes, explosions. It just really did shock and surprise me how stunningly great of a 4K Ultra HD release this was. With its native 4K Dolby Vision and HDR10 transfer, it easily earned its spot at number 2 in my top 10 favorite 4K Ultra HD releases so far this year. And like I said, we're halfway through the year. Man, have we gotten some amazing releases that are so exciting. And it's amazing because a lot of people have said before, oh, physical media is dying, it's not going anywhere. You have all of these smaller labels like what released this 4K release that are stepping up and releasing some amazing, stunning reference quality releases. It's not going anywhere. Physical media is not dying. And if you say that, you're obviously not paying attention. You're living out in La La Land, because physical media is going strong. It's growing. The fact of all of these studios that constantly are releasing amazing releases, and we're getting more and more of them. This year alone is a record-breaking year for 4K restorations and 4K Ultra HD releases. It really is the time to be a collector and into physical media. 4K Ultra HD releases like this will show you why it is such a stunning platform to sit back and watch some of your favorite films. It really does blow away a lot of the previous Blu-ray releases. Now, this one didn't have a Blu-ray release previously to compare it to, but the fact of it is it did blow away the streaming service. and this is the ultimate way to own and watch All Quiet on the Western Front. This came in easily at number 2. Rounding this out and coming in at number 1 is Kubo and Boxtrolls on 4K Ultra HD. Actually, all of the Leica stop motion animation films from Shout Factory are absolutely stunning reference quality releases that every single person needs to see for themselves. The sound quality with the Dolby Atmos mixes are reference quality, and the native 4K Dolby Vision and HDR10 transfers on these are absolutely a sight to behold that everybody needs to see. And I did the previous in-depth 4K versus Blu-ray image quality reviews here on this YouTube channel. If you haven't checked out those reviews, you're gonna wanna go check out those here on this YouTube channel. I did them for all of the Leica stop motion films. And if you haven't checked out Paranorman or Coraline, I did that right at the end of 2022, those reviews, so they didn't qualify as number 1. But Kubo and the Boxtrolls did, and they are reference quality. All 4 of these films, even if you're not into stop motion animation, you need to watch these just to see how gorgeous of a transfer they are. They are some of the best 4K Ultra HD releases, image and sound quality, that I have ever seen on home video. And I own them all. If you've been watching this channel for a while, I have tested and reviewed hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds. And I can tell you, these are absolutely stunning reference quality releases you don't want to miss out on owning. I love every single one of these. They are adult stop motion animated films that, even if you think, hey, I don't like animation or kids films, these are really adult themed, adult written, very similar type of style behind like Nightmare Before Christmas type stuff. So if you've seen that, you'll know adult styled films that, you know, a kid can watch, but they're darker. I absolutely love every single one of these 4K Ultra HD releases. These are must buys. I've reviewed all 4 of these at exclusive image comparisons here on this YouTube channel. Make sure to go check out all of these reviews. The comparisons are amazing when you see how much of a restoration they did on these releases. They are very visually stunning, the depth and detail in these, and easily earned the number 1 spot on my number 1 favorite top 10 releases of this year so far. Now, if you want to buy any of these releases or add any of these to your collection, I've done the work for you and linked them down in the description section and as a pinned comment in the comments section below. Those links down there never cost you a penny extra. They help to support the creation of videos like this just a tiny bit. It's on sale for the same price as everywhere through those Amazon links down there below. So make sure to go down there, click on those links in the comment section below. It takes you straight out there to order any of these that you don't already own. You want to have all of these in your collection. These are some of the best releases of the year. Don't miss out on any of these. Make sure to start that conversation in the comment section below and let me know what of these you've gotten so far, what of these you've enjoyed, what of these you're excited to experience for the first time. Let me know if you don't own any of these 4K releases yet, because I know a lot of you that have followed my channel, when I recommend them, you'll pick them up. So I'm curious how many of you have not gotten some of these in my top 10 or my honorable mention on 4K yet. Make sure to start that conversation in the comment section below. I always love to hear from all of you. As always, if you enjoy this content and this content helps you out and you like these videos I create every single week, make sure to join my Collectors VIP Club. As I said a lot recently, my budget is getting more and more limited. I need every single one of you, my viewers and subscribers, support through the Collectors VIP Club. So make sure if you enjoy this content, you can join that for only a couple of dollars every month, but it makes a huge difference in the creation of every single one of these videos. After what YouTube takes, which is 35%, I get $1 or $2 from the Collectors VIP Club, but even that $1 or $2 really does make a difference. So that's why I say I need every single one of your support to continue creating content just like this. As always, make sure to give this video a like and a thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. I'm still working on and planning my upcoming basically video game series. It's just taking a little longer for me to kind of put my thoughts together. I want it to be something special that I add as new content to this YouTube channel. I'm going to be talking about physical media releases for Nintendo and Xbox, and kind of talking about those two kind of systems, things I collect, video games I'm playing, and it's going to be a fun time. I'm just taking a little bit more time to kind of gather exactly how I'm wanting to put that series together, so that way it hopefully becomes a successful video series that I can continue to do from here on out, and add it to all of my other physical media reviews and videos I do here for all of you on this YouTube channel. It's going to be a new venue for me to talk about more things that I love about physical media and other elements of entertainment. So that's still something I'm planning. That's an exciting upcoming video series. As always, I truly hope all of you have a blessed day, and I've always got something new, early, exclusive, and exciting coming out very soon.